EPA and WA meteorologist Bobby Marticher with your outlook for August 28th, 2020. For your Friday, we're going to have a boundary that's going to be moving through the region today. Very weak cold front boundary. Technically a cold front. In order to understand where this is, you can see where it is here. It's over mainly western PA, the Ohio Valley, up into Michigan. That is where the boundary is. But to understand how it affects our area, you have to go back a little bit to yesterday, where we had a couple areas of low pressure moving along a warm front boundary that was off to our north. Actually brought severe weather to New York State and then eventually close to the New York-Pennsylvania border. And that was pretty much it yesterday. We had a few areas that got further south that had some kind of random gusts that weren't really expected to happen as we got into the evening hours, with Reading Airport getting 58 miles per hour in a gust, Allentown Airport getting 56 miles per hour, and I hit a 71 mile per hour reading here in Newark. And that was all because of storms that formed on an outflow boundary as these storms up here collapsed. So it's kind of interesting to see how that works out. Sometimes you get storms firing on an outflow boundary, and that was the case yesterday. Wasn't really expected. And in yesterday's video, if you watch yesterday's video, we thought we was going to stay mostly up here and maybe some crossing across the Pennsylvania-New York border late in the day, and that is exactly what happened. But when they collapsed, you get that outflow boundary running away from those storms, and then new storms fired along that boundary, and that was a little bit unexpected. So we were able to adjust last evening to that, but the whole point here is we had low pressure moving along that boundary yesterday, and this low pressure is actually going to be responsible for dragging a warm front through the cold front through the region here, and that is today. So temperatures today are still going to be quite warm ahead of this boundary, and this will become the focus of isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms this afternoon and early evening with this boundary. You can see that here on the NAM as we get to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm actually going to start this off a little bit earlier in the afternoon. This is 1 p.m. because it's showing these storms in western PA along the front, and right along the front area where these storms move, and they move eastward. So some areas, not all, some areas will get into some scattered thunderstorm activity. Again, generally mid to late afternoon and early evening, and then it runs off the coast. Could be some leftover shower here in the overnight or evening and overnight with this mass here. But that is what we're expecting today. I don't expect this largely to be severe. They do have a marginal risk out for this area for that reason, but if there could be isolated cases of some stronger wind gusts in some of those storms, so just be aware of that. By the way, this is Laura, the remnants of Laura now moving toward Paducah, Kentucky, early this afternoon, and we talked about this. This is going to generally move along the Tennessee-Kentucky border, along the Virginia-North Carolina border, and then head out to sea like this in this general direction. So that is going to remain south of the region. Still a question of whether or not this enhances rainfall. The trends have been recently to say no, it won't, or if it does, it's going to be along and southeast of I-95 if that occurs. But the trends have been away from that this isn't really going to be doing much. Once we get to Saturday, we do have the chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms. And again, here is the remnants of Laura staying well to our south here. So this is just going to be from a cold front moving through the region, a trough. This is the cold front on the lead of a trough, which is going to bring us some nice, refreshing temperatures here both Sunday and Monday, and very nice conditions. So on the other side of this is going to be nice, but then we're going to have the scattered showers and thunderstorms to deal with here on Saturday. Again, it's still a question if this enhances rainfall. The latest trends are showing that no, it's not going to. It's going to remain a separate entity altogether. And then once it hits the coast, it starts to move off to the northeast, but this doesn't really interact. So I don't expect too much of a rainfall influence that's going to be enhanced from this, like some models were hinting at just as early as just yesterday. I think it's going to be more so with just a normal cold front passes with scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that might not even be that plentiful. Here's the new NAM this evening. Here is looking at actually late morning, get some shower and maybe thunderstorm activity moving through. But this isn't a whole lot, really, here on Saturday. Okay, so it's not dry Saturday, but it's not really like a deluge either. This is just some scattered showers and then thunderstorms here in the afternoon. And you see that just moves through. And here's the remnants of Laura down here. Far south, might go through Ocean City, Maryland, or eastern Delaware. And that's about it. Not really too much there. Maybe southern New Jersey and Delaware gets a little thunderstorm out of that as it moves away. But that's it. Okay, so that moves away on Saturday evening as this all pulls away. And then we are mostly sunny and very nice both Monday and Tuesday with temperatures stuck in the 70s. which I don't think too many of us are going to be complaining about. Once we get to Tuesday, we have an area low pressure that'll be forming off to our south that will move along another boundary and could give us some periods of rain here, actually, on Tuesday during the day, going into at least the evening, and then that pulls away. And right on its heels on Wednesday, we have a cold front coming toward the region. This could bring some isolated thunderstorms later in the day, and then a more scattered chance with another system moving right behind that here on Thursday. So we got a lot to cover here toward the end of the week. The important thing here, though, is that we need to get past, here's Friday, by the way. Once we get past that, it looks like most modeling is going to try to keep next weekend, which is, of course, Labor Day weekend, dry or mostly dry. So that's a good thing if you want to end the summer with a nice, getaway somewhere, like we're planning on doing one. So just for the, for the 4-day period. So hopefully we keep our fingers crossed that it is going to remain dry for the Labor Day weekend to end it, which is the unofficial end to summer, of course. But we still have a long way to get there before, with a lot of things that can change between now and then. So I don't want to say definitely yet, but at least it's looking good on multiple model guidance for next weekend at present time. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for August 28th, 2020. Have a great Friday.